They want me to disavow Putin. Putin of Russia, he said Trump is a genius, he'll be the next leader.
Ну, он абсолютный лидер. Мы сегодня видим в президентской гонке.
And by the way, wouldn't it be nice if we actually got along with Russia? Wouldn't that be nice?
Donald Trump looks at Putin's popularity, at his firmness, his decision-making as something to admire.
I would get along with Putin. I've dealt with Russia. I think in terms of leadership, he's getting an A.
Трамп яркий человек. А что, не яркий? Господин Трамп заявил, что он готов к восстановлению, полноформатному восстановлению российско-американских отношений.
I think that the notion of a bromance between the two is somewhat overstated. They've never met, for one thing, but they're both very outspoken leaders with a similar kind of brash style.
Мы будем преследовать террористов везде, в аэропорту. Значит, вы уж меня извините, в туалете поймаем и в сортире их замочим.
When you get these terrorists, you have to take out their families.
Trump has a lot of connections to Russia through business. He hosted the Miss Universe pageant there in 2013.
I was over in Moscow 2 years ago, and I will tell you, you can get along with those people and get along with them well. You can make deals with those people.
There are questions about the support that he's received from Russian businessmen who have been interested in buying properties with him. He's talked about a lot of deals. One of Trump's advisors is a guy named Carter Page, who had direct business with Russia's oil and gas monopoly, Gazprom.
The common denominator between our two countries is the level of misinformation that's often led to unfortunate mistakes.
The chairman of Trump's campaign, Paul Manafort, had extensive dealings in Ukraine in favor of Viktor Yanukovych, who was seen as sympathetic to Russia.
Are there any ties between Mr. Trump, you or your campaign, and Putin and his regime?
No, there are not. It's absurd, and there's no basis to it.
Once Manafort came on to the campaign, there was a pretty clear shift in tone towards Russia, but it's hard to say that it was because of him or a view shared by Trump and others in the campaign.
Он яркий очень человек, талантливый, без всяких сомнений.
Putin has said very favorable things about Trump and vice versa. I would say, though, that at times Trump has also said things that were quite critical.
He's actually liked in his country, which is hard to believe, because he's essentially a dictator.
But what he does seem to emphasize is that Putin is a leader in contrast to Obama.
Okay. He's respected, unlike our president.
In a similar way, the Russian state media portrays Trump favorably because it is seen as a way to criticize the Obama administration.
Опыт Трампа-бизнесмена помог выдвинуть местами очень неплохие идеи.
He is closer to Ronald Reagan, than any of the other candidates.
One thing about Trump's view towards Putin is that it's not yet been tested in office. And I think that he's going to find that Vladimir Putin is a very tough negotiator. If Trump is elected, I think it's going to be a tougher road in the relationship with Russia than he imagines now.
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press.